I've delivered hundreds of hours of speeches. I've watched hundreds of hours of pros, amateurs, and trainees deliver speeches. From all those hours, there's one thing that stands out as the most important thing you can do in a speech. And it's a secret that most people will never discover. A secret that's hidden in plain sight. It's not gestures, eye contact, slides, or having the best logical layout, or how you open your speech. And it's more important than having a logically laid out presentation. It's even more impactful than a slick take-home message that the audience can't resist. And I'm going to share with you what it is in this video. Hi, I'm Dave Mack, and I've been a public speaker and public speaking trainer for 16 years now. I've trained CEOs, executives, and managers from global organizations how to deliver confident and engaging speeches. So what is the most important part of your speech? It's the relationship you have with your audience. It doesn't matter how logical and sound your message is if your relationship with the audience sucks. Doesn't matter how smooth you talk, doesn't matter how expressive your gestures are. And look, it doesn't even matter if the overall message benefits the audience. If your relationship with the audience is awful, nothing else matters. Let's put this in the context of dating. Imagine Desperate Bob approaches Smiling Susie at a bar. Desperate Bob kicks off the conversation with a high-impact opener that gets Susie interested. Desperate Bob is nothing much to look at, but Smiling Susie thinks that he could be an interesting guy. Desperate Bob continues to talk persuasively about what he needs from a relationship, what his life goals are, and even how many kids he wants to eventually have. He finishes his talk with a call to action, announcing that a decision needs to be made quickly because there are a lot of potential mates in the bar. The now scowling Susie picks up her purse and walks away from Desperate Bob to leave him to be desperate on his own. Desperate Bob just did what most of us do in public speaking. He talked at the audience and was 100% focused on reaching his goal. Didn't matter how good, how logical, how persuasive his message was. He needed to focus on having a good relationship with his audience or all bets are off. So here's how to have a better relationship with your audience. Understand your audience before you plan your presentation. If you understand what makes your audience tick, what their needs and wants are, then you're much more likely to be able to plan out a presentation that keeps your audience engaged and helps build that relationship, because your audience will feel you understand them. Interact with your audience when you're on the stage. Remember that public speaking is just communication. And if you look at any other form of communication in life, if it's just one person talking all the time at the other person, eventually the other person switches off. Talk conversationally and avoid lecturing. Talking conversationally keeps people engaged. Lecturing or talking in very formal language makes people switch off. No one wants to feel like they're sitting in a classroom in junior high school. And if your speech is just an exercise in showing how much knowledge you have relative to everyone else in the room, you're not going to have a good time. And finally, be yourself. Don't try to mimic your favorite public speaker. It will be obvious you're not being yourself. People will relate to you much better if you just act normally on stage. And if you want to discover how audience questions could destroy your next speech, check out this video next.